How's it going, guys, and welcome to another investment video. This time we're going to be talking about the one and only Ibrahimovic. Most of you by now know that he won the PFA Fans Premier League Player of the Month vote, which pretty much guarantees him winning the EA Sports Player of the Month card that should be coming out very soon, within the next week actually. One thing to note and to keep in mind is that Ibra already has a 91 rated in form, meaning his Player of the Month card will be no less than 92 with the following stats: probably with 75 pace, 94 shooting, 86 passing, 90 dribbling, 30 defense, which doesn't matter at all for him, and finally 92 physical or physicality, whatever you want to call it. Now, to me, that's just an unbelievable card. One thing to note is his 91 rated inform is just going for over a million coins, hovering around that price point. This means that EA has to somehow make an SBC for him that at least, and I'm putting emphasis on at least, a 700k coin SBC, if not leaning towards the more of a 1 million coin SBC mark. There's no denying that Ibra has played for many clubs in the past, so I'm assuming that EA will choose 4 SBCs with one requiring an EPL team being at least 87 rated, if not 88, and a team in the past, just like the Diego Costa SBC, being at least once again 87 rated, since the card will be a whopping 92 rated SBC Player of the Month card. Those teams include Barcelona, Juventus, Inter Milan, PSG, all those players that within those teams that are extremely high rated, that could be combined together to make an 87 or higher overall team. That's why I've personally invested many coins into Barca, Juventus, and Inter Milan specifically. From Barca, I decided to pick up Iniesta for 40k and Busquets for just under 20k, and we'll be picking up a Rakitic and a PK very soon right after this video. You honestly can't go wrong in investing in those players as they're very high rated, 88 players, 87 players, 86 for PK, and for relatively cheap. Just look at the possible profit margins that could come out of each Barca player if they decide to go with that team specifically. Same thing goes for Juventus and Inter Milan. For Juve, so far I've picked up an Higuain and a Barzagli, both very high rated players and also being relatively cheap. I'm also deciding on picking up a Chiellini or maybe a Bonucci soon. For the Inter Milan side, you've got the choice of picking up a few Mirandas and a few Handanovics, as they're both extremely cheap for 86 and 87 rated players. I believe Miranda is going for 16k at the moment, and Handanovic is going for around 17.5k. Very cheap players that you could just pick up multiples off and make huge profits if they decide to go with a Calcio A side that requires those players. The one SBC that I'm pretty damn confident the EA will do is a high rated SBC being at least 87 rated from the EPL. That's why I've invested far more money in the EPL players than in the other two leagues combined. I picked up a De Bruyne, Ozil, David Silva to take care of the high rated midfielders in the league, along with a Hazard, who happened to be a pretty good snipe actually. One thing I haven't talked about yet is the very high possibility of EA requiring at least 2 informs in each of the SBCs that they ask us to do. Today I luckily packed the second inform Harry Kane, who is a great card for the high rated requirement in the EPL, and a right back Trippier, who happened to be also in my Elite 3 rewards. I'm almost certain they'll ask for a few informs here and there. That's why I highly advise you guys to hold on to this EPL informs and sell them once the SBC comes out. For the Calcio informs, if that is required, I picked up 2 Bernardeskis, or however you say his name. He's very cheap inform, standing at 12k I believe, just around that price point, with a discard of 10k. So there's not much of a risk investing in him. Only about 2k on each one, and I'll gladly take that risk. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is also the possibility of a Swedish team requirement. The reason why I haven't invested in that is because I don't think EA will do it, since there's not many high rated Swedish players other than Ibrahimovic and Forsberg, I believe, to form a team of around 85 rated. That's why I've decided to stay away from that investment specifically, as it looks too risky for me personally. But it's up to you guys. You guys do you and invest in it if you feel confident enough. But personally, I don't feel confident in it. That's why I'm staying away from it. Well guys, that's a wrap for today's episode on the upcoming Player of the Month, Ibrahimovic, coming out soon. Please drop a thumbs up button, click that subscribe button as well, and I hope I could help you out on who to invest in for the upcoming Player of the Month SBC. Till next time, peace.